All right, so we're going to talk about comparing fractions using models. So if I'm comparing the fractions 2/5 and 1/5, notice both of my denominators are 5. So when I have my pictures, I can draw them out using the same denominator. So that means I'm breaking these bars into 5 pieces. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. If you look at my picture, you can tell that my sections are not even, which is not typical or how you would correctly draw a fraction. But when we are drawing fractions, we're human, so we're not going to be able to do it perfectly unless we measure it out. But because they have the same denominator, I can use this as a estimate to see which one is going to be greater than the other. So if we look here, this 2 means I have 2 pieces colored in, or I said shaded in. Okay. And this 1, this numerator means that there's 1. So when I'm comparing these, I can use this as a way to say, okay, 2/5 has more colored in than 1/5, so 2/5 is greater than 1/5. Now, with that being said, this is only going to work. Oops, didn't mean to erase that. This is only going to work when you have a common denominator. If you look at this next problem, 3 and 4 as our denominators, this would not work because we are human and a human error shows that we are not going to draw these perfectly. So what you would do is you would use your fraction circles to draw them out or to model out those fractions. So we have 2/3. So I'm going to take my thirds and I'm going to say 1, 2. Okay. And you can kind of draw a rough model of what that would look like. 1/3, 2/3. Okay. Again, these aren't perfect, so you have to be very cautious. When we are doing this, using these models is much better. So then we have 3/4. So I'm going to use my fourths. Oops. And say 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my document and I'm going to say, okay, I broke it into 4 pieces and I shaded in 1, 2, 3. Now looking here, right, if I took this circle and I shaded it or broke it into 4 pieces and shaded in 1, 2, 3, I'd be shading in more than the blue. So that means 3/4 is greater than 2/3. And remember, the symbol always opens up to the bigger fraction or number. When you are doing your hyperdoc and your practice, you will just simply take a screenshot of this and insert it into the hyperdoc so you don't even have to worry about drawing the pictures. Okay, so that's how we would compare fractions using models.